Hey everyone, it's Jane Hamill. What's up, entrepreneurs? Today we want to talk about how to set a goal for your business that you actually achieve. And for the purposes of today, I'm talking about like a 90-day goal. Okay. Something you want to happen in the next 90 days with your business. So the first thing I want to mention is, and by the way, goal setting, planning is something I really struggle with. So I am making this podcast episode, this whatever video podcast for my clients who are struggling, but also for myself so I can go and listen to it later. And I'm not kidding. This is just facts. Okay. I tend to think I have to plan the whole year out on one sheet of paper and I get overwhelmed. So I'm going back to the 90-day goal setting, which I've taught for years and has worked so well for my clients and for me. And then I forget to do it and then I don't do it. And then, all right. So here we are. So the first thing about a 90-day goal is it has to be something you really, really want. And usually if it's something that you want to achieve in the next 90 days, you know, I encourage you to just make it not that precious. Okay. You have the next 90 days to choose another goal. So maybe it's some type of travel. It's some, an amount of money you want to save for a new kitchen. You want to take your family to XYZ. You and a girlfriend want to go to Paris for the weekend. Maybe you want to make a donation to a certain cause, or you want to purchase equipment for your business, whatever. Oftentimes, it's not a money goal. Like it can be a money goal. I want to I want to sell, $60,000 in the next 3 months or $860,000, whatever. I want this sales or this profit or this income or this whatever. That's all fine. But I urge you to go a little deeper and just say it's not just the money. What is the money going to do for you? What do you want that money for? Okay. So lots of times what I have found is setting a goal for your business is often more about what we don't want to ever experience again in our business than the benefit of achieving the goal. So, for instance, let's say I was talking to my nephew the other day, who's maybe 26, 27, maybe whatever. He's been a teacher and then like a teacher's, not quite a teacher when he moved states. He didn't have his you know, everything lined up for that state. So he's had a very low salary for the past 3 years since he graduated from college, less than a regular teacher would make probably. And he wants to buy a house. And I was like, aren't you only like 26? Why do you really want that? And he's like, I don't want to live with 3 roommates anymore. Okay. So oftentimes it's not necessarily that we just want that thing, it's that we don't want to experience something we're currently experiencing ever again. So if you want to cut back on drinking, I hear myself and friends say, I want to drink less because I never want to feel hungover again. Because I want to drink, I don't want to feel this can be way more powerful motivator than just, I want to feel better. I want to have better health. What does that even mean? Well, I don't want this thing to happen. Okay. So let's say you choose one of my clients, her goal right now is she's new and she's going to choose one sale a day. Now, I didn't ask her this, but I didn't. So if you're listening and you know who you are, this is not you, but for some people, why do you want one sale a day? I want to prove to myself I can do it, whatever. But usually it's something, a feeling that we want to get or that we don't want to experience. I don't like feeling like a hoe. I want to be a beau. And hoe, I think it's Suzanne Evans that said this years ago. Are you a hoe or a beau? And a hoe is a hobby owner and a beau is a business owner. And sometimes when our sales are not where we want them to be, or we're not paying ourselves what we hope that we can get, or we're working a day job. I like to call it a side job that pays the bills while we work on our business. You start to feel like it's an expensive hobby. Nobody wants to feel like a hoe unless it is a hoe. You are a hoe and it is a hobby business. That's fine. If you're a hobby owner, go for it. Enjoy, but don't feel guilty about it. But if you want that feeling of being a business owner, what's the goal you can set to get yourself towards that feeling? Okay. So if you want to choose one goal for the next 90 days, I know it's hard to choose only one. This is one of the biggest things that my clients and I as an entrepreneur struggle with. I mean, like freaking crazy. But I encourage you to think, you have a long career. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So can you show some constraint, like write down all the things that you would like to happen between now and the next 90 days, and then choose one that stands out, that feels most like it motivates and excites you the most. Not the one that like, I know I'm supposed to, which is the one that gives you like excitement to work on. And know that you can choose another one for the next 90 days. So this is not your whole life. It's not the next year. It's not the 5-year plan. This is one thing you want to achieve, one outcome in the next 90 days. What is it? Okay, write that down. All right. And you just, honestly, I know you want to choose like 6, but just choose one. Okay. Next, well, some ideas of what people would choose, by the way. So let's say you go back to and you say, I want to sell $60,000 in the next 60 days, or I want to add 1,000 qualified people, subscribers to my email list, whatever. There's a whole lot of things that you can do, but you choose one thing, one outcome. Now, my goal is X, Y, or Z. It doesn't mean I can control that. If I want to, I know I want to sell $60,000 or $10,000 or $600,000, whatever it is. We can't be sure that we're going to achieve it, but we know what we want. And it's realistic, but a bit of a stretch because it's only 90-day goals, right? So it's not an outrageous goal. All right. So there's 3 things that you can do, in my opinion, what I see and what works for me, that is the difference between when I achieve the goals, when my clients achieve what they set out to do, and when they don't. Number one thing you can do is to set up a negative consequence. And this is not a new concept. I think I learned it from Timothy Ferriss a million years ago, and I've actually done this with my clients, some of them. A negative consequence is, an example is to write, I did this with one of my clients. Choose a cause that you really hate, you don't like. Write a check to that cause or whatever, write a check, but write a check. Mail that check to someone who agrees, if I don't do this thing by this date, you will send this check. One of my clients, she wanted to blog every week. Actually, she already was blogging every week. That part was easy, but she wasn't taking her blogs and promoting them in any way or repurposing the content on social. And she just kept refusing to do it. And she didn't want to hire someone to do it. And I was like, well, we can do the negative consequence thing. And she wrote a check out to the NRA because that's a cause that she really hates and doesn't want to support. She sent me the check. I still have the check in my safe, by the way. And she's like, if I don't do it, send this check. And so you really have to get with somebody who you trust will send that. So if there's, if you really, just are morally opposed to giving money to such and such, it's likely you will do the things. Okay. Now, one negative consequence check over 90 days might not be as powerful as like, if I don't do my task this week, here's $50, $50, $50. It could be something that you Venmo somebody $50, every time, every week, just to make the negative consequences hurt more, and it's just like, I don't know. It's up to you, but setting up a negative consequence is one way. And one idea to do that is the donating money to causes that you hate. That'll pretty much get you off your booty and get you out of frozenness and overthinking or procrastination. Number 2 is to consider hiring a coach of some kind, an accountability. I think a coach, because it has to be someone you are paying, that you're a little bit scared of, and that you don't want to disappoint. And this is really important when choosing a coach or a personal trainer or, whatever. If it's an accountability buddy, that can be super useful. There's a ton of things you can do. But in my experience, if you're dead set on achieving something, then sometimes you have to take it to the next level. And that means a big investment in your time and also just your people pleasing skills, right? Like even for me, I have a personal trainer, 30 minutes at the YMCA twice a week, Kathy and Sue. They're both amazing. I do not want to disappoint them. I do not want to lose that money. I do not want to cancel on them at the last minute. I want to cancel on them at the last minute, especially this morning, 6 a.m. with Sue when it was ice cold blizzard, but I won't because I don't want to disappoint her and I've paid for it. Okay. So serious accountability is Step two, someone you are paying money to that you're a little afraid of. Okay. That works better. And then actually in that is to promise to do it. If you give your word, I will do this thing, or if you sign a contract, I will do this thing, and you sign it and they sign it and you've agreed to it. Like, this is my plan and I'm agreed to do all of the things on the plan. It can be very powerful. Even this week, I was in a boot camp with Susan Bradley, and the first day they're like, okay, here's all the things we're going to work on. What I would like for you to do are these 3 things. And now I'd like you to think about, will you agree to do the work this week? Will you agree to do the tasks and show up? And people started typing in the Facebook group, I will do the work. I promise to do the work. And I typed it in. I promised to do the work. And let me tell you, on Wednesday night, when I did not want to make that video and I was feeling overwhelmed and like, people are going to look at me and my video that I'm supposed to be making in this group, and I'm embarrassed and I feel like I don't know what to do. And I need to get over myself, but I can't. Oh, maybe I could just blow it off because who noticed that I promised that on Monday anyway? I knew I promised. And so I'm sure Susan is not like looking at my Facebook, I promised to do the work and shaming me on that, but I felt obligated because I said I would. Okay. And number 3 is to have some little teeny baby system for a short-term tracking and rewards. So if it's a 90-day goal, like let's say I want to add 1,000 qualified email subscribers to my list, what I would really consider, actually, this is a great example with my friend Terry. We're one-us. We go running. We do walk running. And she's like, I need to get healthier. And one way that we're not like that into it, we don't watch all the things and learn all the science behind being healthy. But one thing that we can do is weigh ourselves. And I had read or heard somewhere, I said, you know what, if you want to lose weight, because she's like, I just want to lose 10 pounds. They were saying that if you weigh yourself every day and track it, it can be much more powerful than like weekly weigh-ins. And she's like, okay. So she tried it and she's like, oh my God. So knowing I had to weigh in that night, it would stop me from having that second pizza or like 2 pieces of cake, like just a short-term tracking and a reward system. And oftentimes the reward system is just that dopamine hit of checking the box. So with my private clients, what we do is when we meet, we set up action steps and we have, check boxes next to the things. And we highlight just the most important one or the most important 3, depending on the type of coaching we're doing. And then when they do it, they come back and they check it off. And one of my clients, he turns it red. And he's always like, I can't wait to turn it red, because he gets really excited about checking things off the list. And that's just science. People love it. So what is a short-term tracking or reward system that you can do? I mean, even like a habit tracker. I get really excited about tracking my morning water every day on that thing. And if it's a reward and it's like, hey, if I get all my work done by 3 p.m., I'm going to go for a walk between 3 and 3:30 today, then that's huge. That's amazing, right? So that is a positive consequence instead of a negative consequence. Okay, so let's go to an example. Let's say you say 1,000. This is an example from my clients. Okay. I want to sell $60,000 in the next 90 days. I want to add 1,000 qualified subscribers in the next 90 days. That's the goal. Now we want to come up with 3 process goals that you commit to doing in order to achieve that outcome. Okay. So let's say you're doing the one that's the 60. I want to get these sales. Then you could choose your 3 outcome goals. One is I'm going to send X amount of emails with offers. I'm going to collab with 4 other businesses. I'm going to do 2 cold outreach emails, calls, DMs, whatever, a day. I'm going to spend 10 minutes a day pinging on social media, Facebook groups, Reddit, people in my space. I'm going to attend 3 live events. I'm going to do 2 crappy videos a week. I'm going to do 1 SEO rich blog post per month, which is keywords and backlinks. Okay. That is my personal favorite, by the way, SEO right now for blogging well, on-site SEO for sure, but also deep, authority blog posts can be really powerful. It takes time, not a quick strategy. So basically, those are some examples of things that could be 3 of the process goals that you choose if you want to sell X amount in the next few days. So you're not going to do all of those. You're going to choose 3. Okay. So maybe it's, I agree to send 2 emails per week and 2, email flows, not flows, but like sequences, whatever the word is. I'm using the wrong word. Sorry. It's Friday afternoon. I'm getting a little tired, but a series of emails that you send for an offer, so maybe it's like, 2 weekly emails and 1 big offer promotion push per month. Collab with 4 other businesses and 1 SEO rich blog post per month. Is that going to get me? Are those the 3 things I could choose that are relatively easy to do, that I will actually do to achieve those sales in the next 90 days? Okay, I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I'm doing this in the middle of the house and my kid just came home. Hi, honey. Silly me. Should have gone up to my office. Anyway, that's basically it. All right, so let's just review. Choose only 1 main goal for the next 90 days and make sure it's something you really, really want. Okay, or you have something that you want that achieving that goal is going to get you. 3 ways to keep yourself into it. Set up a negative consequence or multiple negative consequences. Hire a coach that you are paying a lot of money to and you are a little bit scared of, and that you don't want to disappoint. And number 3, short-term tracking and or rewards to get those dopamine hits of taking the actions. Okay, 1 main goal, 3 process goals, things you're committing to doing underneath that. Go. Let's go. And if you want help with this and you want to choose that goal together with your girl, Jane, as your coach, if you are a little bit afraid of pay a lot, and what was the other thing? And don't want to disappoint, and then maybe you want coaching. I don't know, maybe not. But literally, I am taking some clients, and the most important thing that I'm looking for is to see if we're a fit, is not like, do you have a great product? Because pretty much everybody has a great product. It's, do you have something about your business, like a mission behind it? Like, like any product is fine, like any physical product, food, home goods, jewelry, fashion, it doesn't matter. You could sell, you know, hardware for eye care. I don't really care about the product. What I care about is, does their product help the customer in some small way? Do you have a mission behind your brand? And are you a person who, when being coached or when working on your business, has the attitude of, I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. I'll look into it. Let me like, do you have that can-do attitude? Those are the things that are really important to me with coaching clients right now, because it's a lot being an entrepreneur. It's a lot. And we all go through a lot of struggles. We need support. But what we really need right now, and what is hard to come by sometimes, is that ability to keep doing the things and get excited about doing the things and the journey, and to find out what works. So if you have the attitude is, I don't know, but let's test it. Let's screw around and find out if this is going to work with my marketing. Maybe I'm the coach for you. fashionbrainacademy.com/calendar. All right. Have an awesome day. And I really, really want you to know, number 1, don't forget, perfect is good, but done is better. And number 2, I am rooting for you 100%. I've had a lot of great success in this industry. I've sold my line to Saks, Bloomingdale's, and had a boutique for 14 years, very profitable business. Love my coaching job, working on another business on Shopify, all the things, right? I am just like you. I get the crazy brain sometimes. I forget to set goals. I get caught in my own head. There's, being someone who's sold to Bloomingdale's is really cool. It's fun, right? Being on CNN NPR, Entrepreneur Magazine. These are really cool things. And lots of people listening would like to do that. But I will just tell you that there's nothing that different about me at all. Like, I don't have some magical pill. I didn't have tons of money. I didn't have funding. I didn't have a rich family. I didn't have a ton of connections, like none of it. Okay. So I guess if you're ever feeling like, oh, is this ever going to happen for me? I just want you to know there's nothing so great about me. And if I could be successful, I really do think you can. Okay. Have a great day. Bye, guys.